In ancient times, the Jewish people lived in a land now known as Israel. Christianity emerged from Judaism. Jesus was a Jew who was put to death by the Roman authorities. Some gospel accounts blame the Jews. The Jews were forced into exile. By the 5th century, Christianity was the dominant religion of Europe. The Jews were a small minority. The Christians persecuted the Jews and blamed them for all their misfortunes. In the Middle Ages, it was said that the Jews caused the Black Plague by poisoning the wells of Europe, that the Jews used the blood of Christian children in ritual sacrifices. Lies that came to be regarded as truth. For centuries, laws restricted Jews, forced them into segregated districts called ghettos, prevented them from owning land, holding public office, and even becoming citizens. The 18th century was a century of promise, particularly for the Jewish people. The French Revolution marked the decline of the Church and the rise of democracy. During this age of enlightenment, some called for the full rights for Jews, and slowly, by the end of the 19th century, Jews became citizens in every country of Europe, except in Romania. For the first time, Jews could get a higher education, enter professions and businesses, and integrate into the greater society. But even though many Jews assimilated socially and culturally and began to exercise their political rights, prejudice did not disappear. In 1889, a French politician posted the following: "There are 30,000 who benefit from the 30 million Frenchmen who have become slaves. It's not a question of religion. The Jew is a different race. The Jew is our enemy." 1892, the Dreyfus Affair. Captain Dreyfus was an assimilated Jew, the only Jewish member of the French General Staff. He was blamed for selling secrets to Germany. He was stripped of his rank and sent to Devil's Island for life. Later, he was totally exonerated, but frenzied mobs in the streets of Paris chanted, "Death to the Jews." In 1903, a new lie was created in Russia. In order to divert attention from the oppressive living conditions, the Russian secret police forged a document, the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. This text claims to document the minutes of a meeting of Jewish elders who discussed their goal of taking over the world by controlling the press and the world's economies. A proven forgery, the Protocols was nevertheless translated into every major language and distributed worldwide. It is still available today. World War I comes along, and the Jews are part of the German, Austro-Hungarian, and French armies. Germany loses the war. Along comes the Nazi Party with the idea that they didn't lose the war. They were betrayed. By whom? By the Jews, of course.
Well, after the end of World War I, Hitler does talk about Jews as a problem. He blames them, but he focuses initially on winning the German people over with their loyalty. He's going to make Germany a great place. He rants and he raves, and people they're weeping, they're crying. But the Treaty of Versailles punishes Germany, and Germany goes into a terrible depression. Adolf Hitler walks right in and is able to rally the people to his cause and becomes chancellor. Once he's Chancellor of Germany, he begins putting into place anti-Jewish legislation. And nobody could have predicted what was going to be. The first thing he does is he has a boycott of Jewish businesses. He's sending a very clear message to the German people that Jews are the root of their problem. And why would you, as a good German, support the Jews who stabbed you in the back? And then the next set of laws are the Nuremberg laws. And those laws are race laws as well as economic laws. And they deny Jew citizenship. They determine who was Jewish by lineage. And it really is the establishment of race theory. Every few months, more and more laws will be passed. Jews cannot go to school, they cannot share the same park bench, they can't go to the theater. In 1936, we have the Berlin Olympics, and that was such a show for the world of the might of the Nazi Party. And then after 36, there was a law saying that every town had to have a sign erected, and the main gist of the sign was that Jews are not welcome, so Jews have to get out. Jews were trying to leave Germany, but they couldn't go anywhere else because nobody would let them in. So there was a conference, and many countries were represented around the world. And only one country said that they would take Jews in, and that was the Dominican Republic. Some Jews did get out, but Hitler made it very difficult for people to leave Germany. He wouldn't let Jews take any of their money or belongings with them. After 1938, Jews could not leave. The borders were closed. Kristallnacht happens on November 9th, 10th, 1938. Synagogues are burned, Jewish stores are looted, the storefront windows are broken. This is the first real physical attack on people, where Jews are beaten up in the streets, where rabbis are assaulted, their beards cut. And it made the front page of every paper around the world, but nothing really was done to stop Hitler. The war breaks out in 1939 with the invasion of Poland. And three things basically happen very quickly. Jews must register with the police, Jews are forced to move into ghettos, and an immediate Aryanization of property. If any Jews still have property, they're going to lose it at this point. And then you're going to have an identification that all Jews must have a yellow star on their clothing. In the summer of 1941, Hitler invades the Soviet Union. He sends a mobile killing force to follow the German army, the Einsatzgruppen, which means special forces in German. And their job was to round up Jews and shoot them. And in some places it's a couple of hundred. When you talk about some place like Babi Yar, which is in the Ukraine, 33,000 Jews are shot in 3 days. And more than 1 million Jews will be exterminated in this fashion. But it wasn't fast enough. You had to come up with a way to do this more quickly. The Wannsee Conference was really the next step. His top SS men, over a 90-minute lunch, discuss how are we going to murder all of the Jews of Europe. So as the Einsatzgruppen is doing the shooting, we also have the beginning of the building of the death camps.